He's about to sit down. Got a few over here. Appreciate you doing this for me, gentlemen. Everybody, thank you. Hopefully, I don't interrupt, take too much of your time. All right. All right. Appreciate it. Okay, there we go. I think we can see me. All right, hopefully we can hear me. All right. All right, I'm about to read to you some of the most controversial laws ever written in American history that we still use today. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and to bear arms shall not be infringed. This amendment to the Constitution is one of the most highly contested and debated of all our laws. This law was written at a time of upheaval and revolution, at a time when tyrannical governments ruled the world, and our country was no different. We, of course, gained our freedom through sheer force and, of course, in our militia. Now that I've given you an idea of firearms at the time, my apologies. And I have a graph, a little chart here of firearms of the day compared to today. As you can see, technology has changed quite a bit. As opposed to one round, we now have the ability to fire 30 rounds. The velocity is much different and clearly is more compact. Technology has clearly come a long, long way since those days. And keep in mind, these are the average models that an individual would have in their home. This is not the highest end. They had much better equipment back then than this, but this would be typically found in an average person's house at the time. Now that I've given you this idea, and this is from the Washington Post. So, some may think that this amendment and the Constitution came into existence overnight, when in fact it took a lot of time and effort to compose and to ratify. According to the Constitution.org, the Constitution was a result of months of passionate, thoughtful deliberation among the delegates. The Constitution did not go into effect the moment it was signed by the delegates. It needed to be approved by the people through the ratification process. On June 21st, 1788, the New Hampshire became the 9th state to ratify, and the Confederation Congress established March 4th, 1789 as the date to begin the operation a new government under the Constitution. The Constitution was written and signed in Philadelphia in the Assembly Room of Pennsylvania State House, now known today as Independence Hall. This was the same place the Declaration was signed. The Constitution has been criticized many, many times, and the Second Amendment especially has come under fire. Many people believe that the Founding Fathers' intentions were only meant specifically for a member of a militia to own a gun, not an ordinary average citizen. A few quotes from our Founding Fathers should clear up that misconception. A free people ought not only to be armed, but disciplined. George Washington, First Annual Address to both Houses of Congress, January 8, 1790. No free man shall ever be barred the use of arms. Thomas Jefferson, Virginia Constitution, Draft 1, 1776. What country can preserve its liberties if their rulers are not warned from time to time that their people preserve the spirit of resistance? Let them take arms. Thomas Jefferson, letter to James Madison, December 20th, 1787. They that can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserves neither liberty nor safety. Benjamin Franklin, Historical Review of Pennsylvania, 1759. The ultimate authority, wherever it is derived, may be found, resides in the people alone. James Madison, Federalist Paper number 46, January 29, 1788. The Founding Fathers intended to keep government as small as it could and instill the Second Amendment towards that end. I hope this has given you a little bit better insight to our history, and specifically the Constitution, the Second Amendment, and what the Founding Fathers thought of both. Thank you. All right, thanks, guys. Hopefully you guys heard that and it was clear and concise. Good. All right.